Yeah, g'day, this is Decibel from Brave Buddy Australia. Today I'm going to be doing a video on how to use an orbit and do a whole variety of tricks, whether it be most basic tricks or some more advanced stuff I'll be getting to a bit later. To do this video I'm just using a standard 4-light orbit. It's got a couple of 3-color strobes in it, a couple of solids, just for preference. It's held together with an adapter and got standard orbit cord and some fin grips. Whatever orbit you use, whether it be an old school type or a 2-light orbit, it'll work just the same with all these tricks. A 6-light orbit, however, is less optimal for this because I don't know, it's too heavy. It makes it too hard to do some of the tricks. Also, the length of the cord you use doesn't matter as much because I'll be showing you how you're going to wind in on the fly as well, so then that way you can switch into different tricks if you like. So basically, to start out, what I'll show you is how you're going to power up the orbit. So to do that, what you're going to be doing is moving this hand, keeping this hand pretty much still, and then using your dominant hand to swing the orbit around like so. Now, when it gets a bit more tension in it, it's going to flicker like it is now. When that happens, you pull out on the cords. So once again, just looking at it moving normally. So that's powering up the orbit, and this is the powered up orbit. So this is the two states I'm going to be referring to throughout the video, just to make it a bit easier. So first of all, first thing you should do is practice keeping the orbit powered up. Now to do this, all you need to do is, if you're having a look at the orbit now, you'll see just as the orbit changes direction, I pull out on the strings. So if you practice your timing right for this, then that means that you'll be able to keep the orbit going for pretty much forever, or at least until your arms get sore. So it's really important that you can actually keep the orbit spinning like this. It's probably the most important part of being able to use an orbit, I guess. From here, another thing, it's good to be able to control it so that you can swing it from side to side. This will do a spiral. So all I'm doing here is just pulling out like usual, and I'm just shifting my arms from side to side at the same time. Now the next thing which I'll show you how to do is a star and a flower. So to be able to do stars and flowers, it's pretty easy as well. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to move from the powered up state to the powering up state again. So what you're going to do is, whilst it's moving like this, normally inside, you're just going to use one arm to swing it around in a circle again. Okay, so that was the star. And now that's the flower. So I guess these are the most basic things which most people do. Aside from that, you should learn to control your powering up state a bit. So all this does is just a bit of practice, where basically once you get comfortable with powering it up in front of you, move your arms around whilst keeping them the same distance from each other. This creates a really nice effect, which is actually quite impressive to most people as well. Aside from these, another pretty common staple of using an orbit would be arm wraps. So arm wraps, all you do is you've got one hand at the front, one hand at the back. Now the back hand is used to swing the orbit over your arm. The front hand simply moves in the same direction as the orbit, just giving you a bit of flick. You can keep it still if you like, but it creates a much more fluent motion. if you shift it. So it looks just like this. As you can see, my right hand in this case is used for most of the control. My left hand is just moved for a bit of more fluent motion. And once you pull back out, it will go back into the powered state if you pull out on the strings at the same time. Another common thing to do is stalls. Before that though, I'll just show you quickly how you can change the length of the string in on the fly. So to do this, all you do is you've got your hands like this, so flat. I'll just show you with my left hand. Now you want to move your hand under, then over the string, and then fold your hand back over again. So once again it goes under, over, fold. Once you practice that a bit more, then it will become much more fluent motion. This is important for some of the tricks where you need less string. This is good because if you've got longer strings, it creates bigger stars and flowers, but then you can wind them in to be able to do easier tricks, other tricks like figure eights, which I'll show you in a minute. So first I'll show you just quickly stalls. Now stalls have two formats. You can either do a catch stall. So this is where you simply clap your hands. Now this can also be useful when you want to do something like this. You can just be really creative with it if you like. And then also peekaboo type moves. Aside from that, you can do your other kind of stall, which is just basically where you hit the orbit against the part of your body when it's about to change direction, like so. And then from here you can slide it across if you like, and when you move it off, it'll go back to spinning again. What else? Now I'll show you two more advanced concepts, I guess. So I'll show you figure eight, and then I will show you how to do a weaves. So figure eight, what you're going to do is you're going to bring your hands around like that, and then move them in a big format. It's hard to show you with the orbiting hand and slowly, but what I'll do is I'll show you what it looks like first. So, alright, so this is what a figure eight looks like, and now I'll show you the hand movements without an orbit. It's pretty simple. All you want to do is one hand goes over, so up to the top, whilst the other hand comes underneath, like this, and then from here, move it into a figure eight. So, I'm not going to show you step by step for figure eight because there's lots of other videos out there to be able to do this. But basically just learn how to do it with your hands first. After you can do a figure eight with your hands, all you need to do is just keep the momentum moving, and then when you pull back out at the end, the orbit will go back into its powered up state. That's about as slow as I can do it for you. So the other one which you can do is weaves. So basically weaves, all it is it's going off a bit more of a poi move as well, where you're going to swing one arm over the other and then move into this and swinging it either side of your body. Now this is useful because from here you can go into arm wraps, leg wraps, or just whatever you like. So I mean, these are the basics. This is most moves people do. Aside from that, I guess just have fun with it. You can go behind the head, under the leg, completely around the body, and yeah, just basically whatever you feel like. For more ideas, you can have a look at some more of the videos which I've got, the orbits which we have on our YouTube channel. And yeah, thanks for watching.